If you've ever deep dived into a Monica Murphy series, and suddenly you realize you have no idea how this character is related to another couple from 2 series ago, you're not alone. Between the legacy of Lancaster Prep, One Week Girlfriend, the Callahan series, the interconnected universe is getting a little crowded. I'm Abby and welcome back to Abby's Digital Nook. Today, I am taking my obsession with digital organization to a new level. I'm going to show you how I use a tool called Figma to build an aesthetic, interactive character map. I don't have to pause reading to go back to a wiki page again. Let's get organized. I know what you're thinking, why Figma? It's a design tool. But when you are dealing with the sheer volume of interconnected standalones that Monica Murphy presents, a simple list just isn't gonna cut it. I needed something that felt like a digital nook, clean, aesthetic, and customizable. FYI, this is not a sponsored Figma post, I just happen to love the tool. Figma lets me map out how all the characters are related to each other, the next generation, their kids' kids, without my brain feeling like a cluttered mess. To give you a brief overview, so I have a 3-step system for mapping any series. Step 1 will be the anchor. I start with the original series. For us, that's going to be One Week Girlfriend with Drew and Fable. I'll drop the book covers in, or I'll drop the characters in first, and then kind of start branching from there. Then step 2, the connectors. This is the satisfying part. In Figma, I use connectors to link the parents to the children. And then step 3, the aesthetic. I will use different colors to connect them together, but honestly, I'm still figuring out what the best color code or color palette should be for this. And I think I'm gonna have it colored per series, so we'll get there eventually, but let's just go ahead and dive into the actual board of Monica Murphy and her interconnected series that is just astounding and insane, and I'm obsessed with it, as if it wasn't clear already. So I have read quite a lot of her books. I've read almost all of the Lancaster Prep series. I have been working my way through the Callahan series. I've read a couple of the Drew and Fable series, One Week Girlfriend, and I haven't dived into the spin-offs from the One Week Girlfriends, but I have read a couple of the Players books, and I didn't read them in the correct order at first because I've just been reading them as individual books, and then I realized these are crossover characters and there's so many more to be connected. So I wanted to show you guys where I'm at so far with this, and this is ongoing. Also, just so you know, I have linked this down below. It is a live Figma, so if you guys want to view this at any point, you can actually jump into it and see just like if I've updated it or anything like that. I will notate when I have pretty much read it or when I finished reading it or something like that. So if I go over here to this book, Making Her Mine, finished April 4th, 26, and I just left a little note of how I read it or listened to it, and that's how I've been kind of keeping track. This is probably the most fun way to keep track of series and things that in my brain that, you know, I want to make sure I understand. So starting with Lancaster Prep is where I started with, actually that's a lie. I started with this series with a random book, Playing by the Rules, I believe it was the first one that I read. And then I went back and read Playing Hard to Get, and this was last year. And I didn't know it was part of a massive series, and I didn't know who was who or any of that information. But now that I know so much about the part of the story, it makes me want to reread them, which I absolutely will be doing later down the line. So starting January of this year, I wanted to make sure that I started a new series and kind of stuck with it. And I started with the Lancaster Prep series, and I did not know that it had a pre-series, so I found this out about midway. So the Lancaster Prep series starts with Whit and Summer Savage, and they have this first book called Things I Wanted to Say But Never Did, this book right here. So this book basically talks about these two characters who are, you know, I won't even get into the book, but it basically talks about one of the characters who is a Lancaster. And if you're reading the story or reading any of the books from the series, then you know a Lancaster is a super rich family. They own Lancaster Prep, and every single Lancaster has to go to this Lancaster Prep at some point in their life. And the story pretty much follows them and their children who go to the school, anyone related to them, cousins, aunts, uncles, all the things. It's so amazing. So this was the first book. And as you can see, I've got Whit, Carolina, and Sylvia. Or I think it's Sylvia, but I'm going to go with Sylvia. I think it's Sylvie, but I cannot remember now. I'm probably gonna have to go back and reread it. But I don't know if that makes sense, because I know Sylvie's mom, was she called Sylvia too? I don't know. I could be mixing it up, but that's a mistake on my part. But if you guys get on here and you know the correct name, you can leave a comment or something like that and I'll go in and fix it. But basically that's the first three, and they're all children of Augustus and Sylvia Lancaster. And then if you go across, Augustus's brother is Reginald, and he has his own statue on the campus, which is really cool. And he has Grant, Charlotte, Crew, and Finn. Those are all his kids. And they all have their own books. Actually, I don't think Finn has his own book yet, or maybe he does, I just haven't found it. And then there's George Lancaster, who's also a sibling, and he has Arch and Edie. So Edie does have her own book, actually. I think I read a book with her in it, or maybe, I don't know, I have to go back and see. I haven't updated this in a while. But as you can see, I've put all the immediate children of each main Lancaster. And all of these children have then had their own book, the story progressed, and then we hear about them having children. And these children, as each book, they kind of drop hints of who's who and their relatives and their cousins and stuff like that. So I'll put those in as I hear their names or read their names, depending on if I'm listening to the audiobook. And then if there's a spin-off, as you can see, there's potential spin-off for a lot. For this is the next generation. So Lancaster Prep, the next generation. You Were Never Not Mine. All My Kisses for You. Keep Me in Your Heart. That one, Willow and Rhett. So yeah, there's a lot happening with Lancaster Prep. But believe it or not, the Lancaster Prep series is connected to the Callahan series. And this is connected because in the next generation, in the next generation, we have Rhett Bennett, who is a child of, if we go up our thing here, Rhett Bennett is the child of Drew and Fable. Rhett Bennett is the grandchild of Drew and Fable. And Rhett Bennett is the child of Ava and Eli Bennett. So Ava Callahan, who is Drew and Fable's child, she joined the Bennett family, which is also a really big, like crazy rich football family. And he basically had 2 kids with Ava, and those 2 kids are Rhett and Callahan. And they both ended up switching to Lancaster Prep in their high school years. So they ended up going to Lancaster Prep and ended up being with a Lancaster, each of them. So now we have this super blended Lancaster Callahan family tree that's going to continue to progress down here. I'm sure Monica Murphy's going to continue her series and just make it insane and amazing. So that's how those 2 characters link to Lancaster Prep. And then if we go back up, we're going backwards in time, guys. So Ava is she was actually the 3rd book in the series of the Callahans. So the first one was Autumn and Asher. Then we had Jake and Hannah, which I thought was one of my favorite characters, Jake and Hannah. Ava and Eli obviously seem to resonate with a lot more people because they got 3 books, which is kind of crazy. So they have those 3 books, and then they have 2 children, those connect to the Lancasters. But all of these kids, Autumn, Jake, Ava, and Beck, they all have their own book, but they're also kids of Drew and Fable, which is the mothership of this whole entire crazy, massive, like, connection. So Drew is from a rich family and he's a football star. Fable is from a family which doesn't really know her parents. She has a really tough upbringing and a really tough story. So if you read it, and you'll find out like what happened to her as she was growing up and her family, etc., and how she met Drew. And the first 2 books are actually one long book. So it's the first 1 Week Girlfriend doesn't end. It ends on a kind of like a cliffhanger, and then it picks up with Second Chance Boyfriend, and that's when we see their full story. So I only read those 2 books, but there's book 1, book 2, and from there we got introduced to some additional side characters. So Fable's brother, his name is Owen McGuire. That's his brother. That's her brother, sorry. I should have done it. Yeah, I don't know why I don't have a specific story for the colors. Honestly, I just kind of went as I go. I should probably make it more color-coded and more appealing, but it's fine. So Fable's brother is called Owen, and Owen met Chelsea while in the first 2 books, and they ended up having their own book which was book 5 and book 6, they ended up having these 3 kids, Knox, Blair, and Ruby. So those 3 kids are cousins of Autumn, Jake, Ava, and Beck, and they mention these kids, Knox, Blair, and Ruby, in a lot of these books. So especially this one. So it's actually really crazy because Ava and Eli talk about their cousins in their books, but then they also, Rhett and Callahan, mention their cousins and mention these cousins as well, these aunts and uncles, and in the Lancaster series. So it's so insane that they mention these cousins and that they're all interconnected from a series that's so drifted apart. And then these are some additional side characters that ended up being the 3rd book, but they didn't get a spin-off. But Colin is someone Fable worked with, and so he's connected to the book series too. So we do have appearances by Drew and Fable in that book, but it's not about them. And we also have obviously appearances from Drew and Fable in this book too. And Drew and Fable are in every single of one of their kids' books, in like with speaking roles, everything. It's really, really in depth, and it's so cool that we get to like really see Drew and Fable grow up, become adults, become parents, become grandparents actually, and kind of just see their whole life. It's honestly the coolest thing I've ever read, and I will continue to read. So anything that has a little comment on it. So like I said, I mentioned that I started it, listened via Hoopla, etc. And then when I'm finished with the book, I will leave a note, or if I haven't finished it, then I will put a note when I'm going to read it or something like that. But for the most part, I've got all the books for the whole series and how they're connected listed. If you were to get my opinion on which series is the best series, Lancaster Prep, hands down, is just so amazing, and I want to live in Lancaster Prep world forever. But the Callahan series is so good too. So the Lancaster Prep and Callahans are by far just so good. And then Drew and Fable's story is also really good, and I think it's very important to read the first 2 books at least, if you don't read all of the Drew and Fable series, because they mention a lot of stuff that happened in the first 2 books when they're talking to their kids, and they say, oh, when I was a teenager, my brother did this, or blah, 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 blah. And they mention like memories that were really significant in their like connection of how they got together and their story. And so if you've read the books, then it's like a fun nod when you're reading it to be like, oh my gosh, I remember that. Yeah, that was so funny. You know, things like that will go through your head, and it will make a lot more sense. So throughout all of these books here, there is a bunch of additional side characters that I haven't gone through and put in. So that's the next stage, is to put in all the side characters and how all of they connect between the books, because the additional characters do actually connect. It's really crazy. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure you guys could see that reading and documenting your reading, which I know you guys know documenting your reading is fun, but I bet you didn't know it could be this fun, where you could actually make charts and data and keep all your notes in one place. And so for Figma, I do have a like pro account just so I can make as many Figma jams as I want. But you can have a free account and just have one Figma jam and literally just make all of your series and shows within one Figma. So that's kind of what I'm doing for Abbi's Digital Nook. So as I read, I'll make these little Figma jams, is what they're called, and timetables and charts, and I'll add them in here. So I started with Monica Murphy, but now I also have read, let's see if it will let me go back. Okay, so I've also read the Elle Kennedy Off-Campus series, and I'm actually rereading it again. So I'm going in and doing a really in-depth chart of the Off-Campus series, and then I'll continue to Briar U. And I know I did like a really makeshift one before on my iPad, and it was just me like scribbling down, but I wanted to go back and redo it again, but in this Figma format. So this is just book 1, and it's so fun. I know this entire video is supposed to be about Monica Murphy, but I thought showing you guys this as well, of kind of like how in depth you can go. And like I said, this is linked down below, so you can go ahead and look at this, but this is just book 1. So we have our main characters, Hannah and Garrett, and then I've got all the side characters, like her best friends, how they're connected, little notes about them, And then I just have to put like when I read it. So I put here, I listened and finished for the second time, April 10th. And I put like a little note of how I felt about it. And so here's all the deets. I've got the Briar U hockey team. So here's all the people, the football team, any characteristics that they may have mentioned about them. So like John Logan, he has dark hair, blue eyes. Dean DeLaurentis, blonde spiky hair, supposedly looks like he's from a GQ magazine. John Tucker, he has auburn hair. And then as I move on to book 2, I'll put it below and then I'll connect from the hockey team who they are. And right now everything's not really color coded properly because I kind of just started this, and as I read each book I'll fill them in. But I just wanted to share it with you guys and show you how fun a Figma jam can be as a reader and as someone who loves data, someone who loves tracking, someone who loves writing down her thoughts while also keeping a visual. I did use AI to kind of bring to life some of the characters based off of the descriptions, but I don't think they're truly accurate. But I did kind of try and I just put in like brief descriptions that I knew from what they were saying in the books to show me what they look like. And I don't think this is right. I think this is a pretty accurate description of what Drew looks like. And I couldn't really picture what Fable looks like, although I know she's blonde. So I'm going to try and figure that out. But eventually we'll get there. And this will be a really super cool in-depth chart about Lancaster Prep and 1 Week Girlfriend and the Callahans and the players. And I believe there's another series attached to this, which is called the College series or something like that. And it basically pulls all the side characters between these books of seeing them in college and kind of showing their story. So it's not like the main characters, but it's the side characters, and it's still really cool. So that's all I got for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this. If you did, go ahead, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe if you're brand new, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks. Bye.